If you're thinking to buy a property in Dubai for an investment or for yourself, but you're not sure, these are the four things you have to watch out before buying a property in Dubai if you don't already know about them, which is very important. If you're outside of the country or if you're inside of the country, if you have already made some experience or no experiences. So I'm going to tell you these four things which you have to watch out. My name is Chris Elliott. I'm the founder and CEO of Emirates Business Setup and Vivere Properties. We help people to relocate to Dubai and also to find the right property, investment, and resell the property. So let's just dive into the topic. So, number one, for example, if you're buying a property and you want the golden visa is a 10-year visa, which allows you to stay in the country for up to 10 years. You can renew that. It's the difference to the 2-year residency, which you get if you're getting a business license, for example, which you have to renew every 2 years. So this one is a 10-year visa. And if you're buying this property and the value is, say, 2 million dirham, so about 500,000 USD, you'll be able to get the golden visa. But there's also something you have to be careful. So you can get the golden visa if the property valuation has already been paid, say maybe 1 million AED, or the construction phase is about, say, 20, 30, 40%, or if you're buying a couple of properties, they can also be combined. So it depends. But the main thing is, if you're buying the property and you want the golden visa, and if the property is for investment, then it's good to get the golden visa. And if you're also living it in yourself, it's good to get the golden visa. But if you are buying the property for resale again in a quicker phase and you get the golden visa, then I wouldn't advise you to get the golden visa to the property, because the property is attached to the golden visa. So just imagine you're buying this property, then you get the golden visa, which is attached to the property. But just after a few months, you're going to resell that property. You can't resell it because you have to cancel the visa, then to resell the property, and then you have to apply for a new visa. And then it depends if you have properties which are still in that expectation of the value, then you can get another golden visa. If you don't, you can just get the 2-year visa, or you won't be able to get any visa, or you have to open a business account with the business bank account, personal bank account, and then you can get the golden visa or the 2-year visa. It depends on the situation you have. You can also get a gold visa if you have a company yourself, or you are a manager, director, and you have some certain turnover, you're an artist. So it depends on the criteria. But the topic now is, of course, the property. So just be wary on that. Number two, most agents, they will just sell you anything where they're getting a high commission. So the developers usually pay a commission out between 2 and 7% directly from the developer to the agent. Same with us. So that depends. So even if you go directly to a developer, you won't get any pros in the end, because if you go to an agent or developer will just sell you their own units, but you still won't get a discount. So you can go with a developer or an agent. It doesn't actually matter. But the advantage is going with an agent, with a good agent, that he can provide you all kind of developers if they have the contracts with the developer. If you just go with the one developer, he will only sell you his units. And most of the agents, they will maybe sell the developers where they're getting most of the commission. But it doesn't mean that developer or that unit or that area is a good purchase you're making. So also be wary on that. It can, so for example, Emaar, of course, the biggest here in Dubai, they usually pay about 2 to 4% out to the agent. And there's other developers who have like 5, 6, 7, depending on the property value, on the area, on the time of the year. So all these things vary. So just be careful on that. That it's important. What are you looking for, and not what the agent wants to sell you? That's very important. Number three, always check your contracts before you're signing SPA contracts, everything. So if you want to resell the property, say for example you make an investment off plan purchase, and some agents will tell you, yeah, you can resell it quickly. but it's not true. So just check before you're signing, because usually it's about 40%, 44, 50, 30, depending on developer, that you are allowed to resell that property. So that means, say, 30, 40, 50%, that's how much you have already paid for the property with your installment payments. So if you reach this level, for example, you paid 40%, you can resell it. If you only paid 20%, you can't resell it again if you want to resell it. So what you have to do, and what we've done with a few clients, that if they only reach, say, 35%, they have to pay another installment payment to reach that 40%, for example. Once they reach that, the developer will allow you to resell the property, will give you the NOC to resell that property then to the agent or to us. So that's very important to check out, because most people buying, they don't know about that. Then when they check it, they find out, oh, I can't resell it. And then, because, yeah, you have to reach that percentage, but the agent said something else. But just don't believe that. Just read before you do it. Number 4, also very important. Even if you read on Google or on the developer site, or the agents will tell you the property is going to be ready in 2 or 3 or 4 years, and usually it's not like that, depending on developer, of course, but it can take time. So if they tell you, or they write it in the brochure, completion is 2025 December Q4, but they haven't started, doesn't mean it's going to be completed at that time, depending on developer, of course, and if the unit has already started. So if you see something in the area where your unit's getting built, you can drive there, of course, and check it out. You will see the construction. If something is happening very quickly and there's a lot of builders there, you know it's going to be completed in the right time. But if you see just like 4 or 5 builders are doing something, then you will know it's going to take a long, long time. So also be careful on that. Just don't trust. Check the things. Go to a proper agent who has experience, who will tell you the right things. If you need any guidance, we're also here to guide you. And our experience, especially my experience. So just be careful on that. That's very important, because there's a lot of units which really get delayed, and then sometimes it takes 5 or 7 years because they're waiting for more buyers to make the installment payments so they can carry on with the new phase. So that's the thing. So it just depends on developer, on what property, on what area you're buying. So that's very important, because just imagine you're putting some money in, but they telling you it's going to be ready in 2 years. You're hoping, okay, 2 years or before that you can resell already. But then just imagine they're going to be another 2 years after, so 4 years. So that's the wrong investment. So just be careful on these things. And if you just need any guidance or any support, you can just ask a question on WhatsApp. You can book in a call with me. I'm just happy to help you, to give you the right answers, because I've now been here 5 years. We are also the real estate company. I have the broker license. I'm not the best agent in Dubai, I can tell you this. But the thing is, why we opened the real estate company is because of the combination to Emirates business setup, so we can help the clients. And I've built this company up within a few months with the help and support of the team, and it's working. And we closed a few clients. We help them to sell the property. So the thing is, and also I've lived in so many areas now in Dubai, different developers, so I know the in and outs, which is very important. I think if I would buy something from someone in the country, I would also would like to expect from that agent to tell me the right things. If he has real experience in different areas, has he bought something himself, has he rented something himself, where's the pros, where's the cons, what's the long-term future plan, what areas are good. This is for me important. It's not just going like now to an agent and saying, okay, what do you have? Yeah, I have this because it's the best area. But what around it? What about the schools around it? How's the gym? How's the lifestyle? How are the people? How's the unit? What's going to happen in that area? Is there a new airport coming? How far is it from downtown? How's the traffic in the morning, in the evening? All these, how's the air? So all these things I think matter, which for me are important, which I try to help the customers in any direction when they ask for something about if they're relocating with the family, how's the school, how's the traffic there, how's that property. So I think these things are more important of looking for something trustworthy and a long-term plan for yourself.